everybody. Carla Lingbar here, CEO of JPMA Financial. We're sitting with Shannon Cash of Exclusive Real Estate Services. We're here today to talk to you about short sales, as I've been getting a lot of questions in regards to how to discern if a short sale may or may not be right for you. So Shannon, what should owners consider if looking into the short sale process, or if it's right or not right for them?
Definitely. The first one is going to be your banks. Do you have one or two banks? What your hardship is, what your participation is going to be in a short sale, and what you're willing to, really the whole participation thing, what you're willing to do in a short sale, kind of your role, my role, and all of those things.
So basically then the roles and responsibilities depend heavily on the current owner in being an active participant in getting the property sold.
Yes, I need full participation from the homeowner. Whether you have tenants in the property or not, you're still, or if it's your owner-occupied resident or non-owner-occupied, doesn't matter. I need full participation from start to finish in a short sale. And then everything else kind of falls into place as far as us looking at your hardship. And then if you've got one or two banks, depending on what those look like as well. So we just kind of go down the list to see.
So on that evaluation then, it's very specific to that current owner's need in regards to the short sale?
It is, because there's not one short sale that's the same. You may be speaking with your neighbor and their short sale is going one direction, but you're a completely different person, you have a completely different bank, you may have one or two loans. The process, the hardship, everybody has a different short sale. There are no two that are alike, no matter what.
So the process obviously is very different and very unique to that individual. Aside from that, what would potentially like the timeline look like if somebody were to choose that a short sale would be right for them?
Depending on how many banks you have, a lot of people just have first, a lot of people have first and second mortgages. If you've got a first mortgage, typically we're going to say about a 3 month from start, not to finish, but 3 months for an approval, and then about 30 days after that, so about 4 months. And then if you've got a first and a second, it could possibly be around 6 months. Just depends on if your first is with Bank of America and your second is with them, you can go to that 3 to 4 month mark. But if you've got a first with Bank of America and a second with Wells Fargo, you're dealing with two different asset managers. You're dealing with all of those.
So it's literally you're doing twice as much work, basically.
Correct.
Because you're trying to negotiate the short sale and then work with the first lender and also the second lender.
Correct, and they both have to agree to that short sale, and sometimes getting them both on the same page is not always the easiest thing to do.
Got it. And then what are, if any, alternatives maybe to short sales? I know a lot of you guys have been having questions in regards to just being underwater. So could that, by the way, potentially be a hardship? The fact that your value is so far off from, it's associated with what you owe on the property?
Absolutely. There are people that just simply, they purchase their home in the peak of the market for $400,000, and today their value is a little bit over $200,000. So that in itself is a hardship. So supplying the documentation that shows all of that, yes, absolutely. Many banks are, it's not necessarily getting your homes approved, it's getting the offer that meets their expectations, I've been finding. It's more so that the banks are not, they are approving these short sales. Our success rate is a lot higher than it used to be, but it's just getting that offer that meets the value of where they're coming in on that. So yeah, yes, that is a hardship. That is one of 10, 15 that could possibly be.
I think it's just one of those that's kind of surfacing now, because I know a lot of you have been watching out there, and large insurance companies, large commercial businesses, they're starting to look at this property and let it go based off the fact that, they can still pay the bill, but that it's a business decision. And I know a lot of homeowners are really coming to that conclusion as well, and saying, hey, I have to manage my finances, I have to manage my future, and really taking a look and considering that to be a hardship as well. So are there any other alternatives then to a short sale?
Yeah, you've got foreclosure, and you've also got deed in lieu. The deed in lieu, I haven't actually had one client that's been successful with that. It's basically you signing the deed over to the bank on your house. Typically, like I said, I haven't had anybody been successful in that, and then foreclosure is your other option. So foreclosure takes no participation whatsoever. However, you have no control over the outcome, and that's the thing with the foreclosure. It affects your credit, it The short sale typically lines it all out for you. We get it dialed in, and then you know exactly what the expectations are.
Awesome. Well, Shannon, thank you so much for joining us here today. If somebody wanted to get more information, should they visit your website, contact you, email you?
Email and my phone is the best way to answer me. It's usually immediate. I'm on usually either both all day long. Just give me a call and sit down so we can assess and come up with a game plan, because that's ideal in doing a short sale. Even a foreclosure, you've got to have some kind of game plan set into place, and also just know what your expectations are. Many people don't know all the avenues that go into both, and it's really an eye-opening thing, understanding how the process works.
Awesome, wonderful. Well, Shannon Cash, everybody, with Exclusive Wealth Real Estate, a short sale specialist, and I know I've probably helped many of you with your questions over the years as well. So,
Thank you.
thank you. And I look forward to seeing you very soon.